Laura, you cover the White House. What did Joe Biden learning from this last week about Trump and how to deal with Trump? What are Biden's advisors learning?
Well, Joe Biden actually was another person that was trying to get under Trump's skin this week, and in recent weeks. I mean, on the stump, he has started calling Trump a loser, saying he's a loser, a big loser. He lost in 2020, and that is an attempt to get under Donald Trump's skin, to see him get distracted and go after Biden. And so I think that we can expect to see President Biden deploy those types of tactics more often. Just today, his account tweeted out that he was basically owning this strategy of, I'm going to try to get under his skin because they think that it works. I mean, right now, also, the president is trying to focus more on just really creating this contrast between him and Trump, that it is all about him and Donald Trump, that there is no Nikki Haley in the race, and that he is the Republican standard bearer.
Chuck, stay on this subject for a minute. Is that going to be an effective tactic? Can Joe Biden throw Donald Trump, the master of the low road tactic? Can he throw Donald Trump off his game?
He could, but there's always this fine line because, if Joe Biden does something that is considered, like, take the DNC's statement, trash talking Asa Hutchinson, right? Yeah. And it was sort of like, whoa, don't, there's always this line that the public will, in some ways, punish Biden or punish anybody that tries to behave like Trump.
Like Rubio in 2016.
I was thinking Rubio.
Yeah,
Rubio tried to go low. Couldn't go low enough.
I think there is getting under his skin, but there's sort of like he's still got to be the grown-up, right? Like he's got to do it while also staying the grown-up. I will say this about Biden. Like I said, I think this has been the best week he's had in a long time. Both you have consumer sentiment. I think there was proof here that there isn't. I mean, New Hampshire could have been a disaster, right? First in the nation, grumpy New Hampshire Democrats, and he took it away. Gaza is something that's unpopular with progressives, right? This could have easily been turned into something that would have hung him out to dry politically, and it was just the opposite. So I think he's shown real strength. I'll say this, if poll numbers have improved by April 1, then I do think you'll have another round of hand-wringing.
And one very brief point on one challenge. At some point, there will actually be an official Republican nominee, same with the Democratic nominee. But one challenge for Biden now is that the nation sort of still collectively cannot believe that we're going to have a rerun of 2020 with these same two guys. Like, Democrats cannot imagine.
Can the nation believe that, or is the nation not fully
No,
focused?
it's stages of grief.
Yeah, they're
I think they're in the stages of grief. They're not at acceptance yet.
Yeah, they're not at acceptance. And so Democrats, cannot imagine that Trump will actually bring themselves to imagine that Trump will actually be the Republican nominee again. And Republicans truly cannot imagine that Democrats would put up Biden. And so one challenge for Biden now is, as Laura was saying, he wants to make it all about Trump, not about Nikki Haley, because he thinks when it's a one-on-one contest, he wins. We'll see if that's the case. But it is hard to make it one-on-one or against Trump when the nation is like, isn't there just something like a little more energetic, guys?
Guess who's not going to complain if media decides to put Trump rallies on TV all the time? Biden campaign.
Yeah.
They want Trump platformed and front and center all the time. They think the agitation helps them.
That, in other words, all of the court cases combined with these new strategies of
more Trump,
under the skin strategy,
correct.
More Trump is better. But that sounds like
risky, I think.
Well, because last time they put Trump on TV quite a bit, and Trump became president.
But when he was president, and he was going on every afternoon, supposedly to do briefings about COVID, and he would go into these kind of free-form, tone poems of grievance and anger. His number started to drop.
Wait, I want to write that down. Free-form tone poems of grievance and anger.
Yeah.
That could be the name of your autobiography.
That was my college Cars tribute.
That was nice.
They finally, his own staff came to him and said, please stop talking to the country every day.
Right.
Because they knew how damaging it was. And I think the Biden campaign, I've always believed the more you put Trump on TV, the more people see Trump and say, oh, wow, I didn't realize, or I'd forgotten. That's what he really sounds like.
Yeah.